Planning Commission for, what is today, April 11, 2015.
June.
June 11th.
What?
June, yeah. Time goes.
My goodness, I'm late. No, for the record, it is June 11th, it's not April. I don't have a time machine, so. Again, if you would, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, just for housekeeping, we have training today after the official hearings. It's the second part of our planning officials training. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to step away. I have a public hearing I have to attend. I did, however, go through this training in Jacksonville probably about 8 months ago. Completely went through it and have a certification from the group. So it's like a rerun for me, but I was enjoying it last week anyways. Mr. Meyer, there are changes to the agenda.
Mr. Chair, there are no changes.
Thank you. Schenk, anything from the county attorney's office?
No changes, sir.
Thank you. Commissioners, are there any items of interest that we need to discuss? Mr. Rutledge?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chair, I am recusing myself in regards to one of the agenda items related to Z1405 24/7 Development Holdings, LLC, SR 7066 rezone, as I have a contractual interest for fees for personal benefit, so it's inappropriate that I be involved.
Thank you. Thank you. So for clarification, that item will be pulled from consent. Mr. Rutledge will recuse himself from the hearing, and then it'll be up to the commissioners if we actually want to hear a presentation. Otherwise, it would have been on consent. So, all right. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda are the minutes. Actually, one says March. That's the problem. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Minutes for May 14, 2015.
I move to approve the minutes for May 15th.
Motion by Ms. Lukoyak. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Delesline. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Passes unanimously. Thank you. All right, the next item on the agenda are citizen comments. These are items that are not on today's public hearing agenda, either consent or the item that was pulled. So is there anybody in the public that wishes to make a statement? Anybody at all? Seeing nobody, we're going to move to the next item. Madam Clerk, could you please establish the rules for the hearing?
Yes. The applicant is entitled to 15 minutes for presentation and 5 minutes for rebuttal. Individuals may speak for 3 minutes, and anyone representing a group or organization of 5 or more members may speak for 10 minutes. If you represent a group, please state the group you represent and provide written authority to speak on behalf of the group. When you step to the podium, please state your name and whether or not you've been sworn. Anyone wishing to address the Planning Commission at this time, please stand while I administer the oath.
If you think you'll speak at all, please take the oath.
Do you swear or affirm that the factual statements and factual representations which you're about to present to this board will be truthful and accurate?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, the next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. The first item is the first item, number 3, was pulled, so we're going to go to the next item, number 4. Mr. Meyer, would you please read that into the record?
Mr. Chair, item number 4 is PDPI-15-06(Z) Manatee County, Lake Manatee Water Treatment Plant. Rezone of approximately 4.52 acres from A, general agricultural, to the PDPI, which is Planned Development Public Interest Zoning District, and approving a general development plan for the 136.9 acre Lake Manatee Water Treatment Plant to include biological filter, drain pump station, generator, and chemical feed structures, and other uses necessary for the plant operations.
Thank you, Mr. Meyer. Is there anybody in the audience who wishes to speak to this subject? Anybody at all? Seeing none, Chair will entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Gillespie.
I move to recommend the approval of the PDPI 15-06 ZG per the recommended motion in the staff report attached to the agenda memo.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Delesline, a second by Ms. Lakoyak. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Passes unanimously. Thank you. All right, the next item, Mr. Rutledge, if you would, please excuse yourself. Thank you. The next item, I need to open this as a public hearing. So we're opening the public hearing for item number 3. So, Mr. Meyer, would you please read item number 3 into the record?
Absolutely, Mr. Chair. Item number 3 is Z-14-05 24/7 Development Holdings LLC SR 70 and 66th rezone. Rezone of approximately 2.75 acres on the northwest corner of SR 70 East and 66th Street East, Bradenton, from A General Agricultural to GC General Commercial Zoning District.
Thank you, Mr. Meyer. What's the pleasure of the commission? Do we want to hear a presentation or,
I think just open it up to public
okay,
comments.
all right, so,
Agreed.
okay, all right, so first I'd like to clarify, have there been any ex parte communications that need to be disclosed?
No.
That's okay, seeing none? All right, we're going to open it up for public comment. Is there anybody in the audience who wishes to speak on this subject? Anybody at all? Seeing none, we're going to close the public comment portion of this.
Mr. Chair,
Ms. Lakowiak.
I move to recommend the approval of Z-14-05 per the recommended motion in the staff report attached to the agenda memo.
Thank you.
Second.
A motion made by Ms. Lakowiak, seconded by Mr. Rhodes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Chair votes aye. Passes unanimously. I'm going to close the public hearing. I believe that concludes our regular agenda, so I'm going to close the public hearing, the meeting. Thank you. I think that might be a record.